Hello and welcome to the top 100 maps of all time with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very welcome. Today at number 71, we've got a creator who was a nobody, and they became a somebody in the space of one map. That one map is this map. Now this wasn't their first map, it's the first map reviewed on the channel. In fact, their very first map still remains on my list of things to get round to doing, and it still hasn't happened, which is a bit of a shame really. May never happen now, but this one does matter. You guys have voted it in as the 71st? Yes, I'm going with that. The 71st best map of all time. It's very striking, it's very bold, it's a little bit different, just a little bit different. Loads of gameplay potential built into it, and honestly, it's a winner. Now, it's got an 88% approval rating from you guys, and we're so close to 90% now, it's getting scary. And I'm just going to go straight in and say, you're looking at Wyvernmont by Wellington 6012. Wyvernmont. Okay, so what can I tell you about Wyvernmont? First of all, off of the workshop, no DLC required. We're using 28 items from a collection. There is a little caveat to that, but there is 28 items in the collection, including network extensions too. We're looking at a map that was uploaded to the workshop in March of 2019. It currently has the dreaded 666 subscribers. I don't know why that's dreaded, but anyway, 666. 109 of those have favorited the map. It's got a 4-star rating on Steam from 56 votes. For the aesthetic that you're looking at, there is a custom-made theme, the Wyvernmont theme, which again, from a creator with very little experience at the time, to make a theme on your own is a brave indeed, and it works. And we're using, from a selection of LUTs from which we were given the choice, they say in that selection that they are sticking with Clara, so I'm going with Clara. And while it's not my personal favourite LUT, that doesn't matter. It's what everybody else likes that matters. So there we go. Now, I reviewed this in episode 579 quite a long while ago, 579 of What's Map, where I gave it 4 stars for aesthetics, 4 for detail, and 5 for gameplay potential. There is a caveat to that, which ties in with the number of items on the workshop. You see, if I was to re-review this now, I would have to give it the 1 star, the dreaded 1 star for gameplay potential on a technicality, and that technicality being there are another 6 items on the workshop that you require for this map now. So Wellington 6012, if you're watching this, your requirement list needs updating. Obviously, originally it was 100% correct, but what I think's happened is when we had the problems with network extensions 2 a little while ago, and we had the alternate roads that became available, Wellington 6012 has updated the map with a few of the alternate roads from Silas, but they've forgotten to include them onto the workshop list. There are 6 of them. Wellington, if you want to contact me directly and ask me what they are, or you may be able to do that without checking, but just drop me a message and I'll send you a list to those items to save you loading up the map. It's up to you. You don't have to. At the end of the day, it's no biggie. This map's already been rated highly, and it's no sweat to me. Right, so I guess we'll do a flyover. I think you can kind of work out what we're looking at here. We've got a snowy mountain ridge predominantly across the top 20% of the map, would you say? So lots of whiteness going on up here. Then we have some very bold lakes and some very wide canals. And the background story to this, if you read the workshop page, is that dams were put in one of these lakes here. I'm guessing it would have been this one. Would have had a village that had been flooded, called St. Catherine. I only remember that because obviously I have a map called St. Catherine. So anyway, we've got some, like I say, heavily flooded areas. I imagine the water flow comes down here. Also, I imagine the water flow heads off this way as well. I'm not going to check for water flow today. That's part of the main review if you want to go back to episode 579. In terms of where do we go for the flyover, there's an outside connection up here which we're going to start from. We'll follow the valley somehow. I'm not quite sure exactly how it goes. There might be some switchbacks or something somewhere. But we're going to follow the valley. We're going to head out, around, down. We'll take a right at this big intersection, which will bring us to the start square intersection, which I'm sure this is the start square. Let me just do... It's not. It's over here. Gasp of air, Bonbon. Just gasp of air. I was expecting it to be here. Nope. Right. Well, in fact, this is probably better. So we'll follow past there, head on up, and then once we get to this area, we'll come back down to ground. So let's have a little look at what we have. And there's a simulation running. I think the simulation is... Oh. That's an outside connection only. Not necessarily a bad thing. But yes. Remember, this is an older map. It has been updated a couple of times, so maybe there might be a glitch or two here or there. But yeah, we won't see any traffic on this road. You'll see a few trees under the road. Again, these are tree anarchy settings. You can switch those trees off. But it does give us an idea of just how many of the tree count are tucked in underneath the highways. There won't be that many. There won't be that many. It's not one of those maps where you have highways just going through deep, dense forests. So I don't think there are going to be so many that we have to worry about. But like I say, older map, but still a quality map. Wow. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. But yes. I have no words for that, I'm afraid. We've got a separation here. With, what's this? Is this a switch back over a mountain ridge? And does it all come back together? It does. It comes back together at the bottom there. I don't remember much about this map. I remember the map. I very strongly remember it. The way that it's split between snow and not snow. And I do remember that we had this this road coming in from the outside. Hello. We got a ooh, it's a castle. Drowned. Ooh, it's a castle. I think this is deliberate. I think that the this area here is, and again over here, is almost certainly... Let me just check the terrain under there. Yeah. I think these are deliberately done for detailing purpose. To say, look, this area has been deliberately flooded. It is part of the lore of the map. Whether or not that is actually the case, or whether it's an oomph, or whether it's just a glitch that's occurred because obviously my mod settings will now be modern mod settings, and even though I am using the unlimited tree mod, prop and tree anarchy, I've switched out the new styles of prop anarchy and extended manager's library. All of that has gone for this review or this flyover. There may still be combinations of mods from, where are we, 2019, 4 years ago, that I haven't really thought about. Do we have, is this a deliberately broken rail, or is there a missing rail asset there? I'm guessing that's a deliberately broken rail. I can't imagine that we would have the pillars there. Again, I'm going with that's a deliberate thing. I'm going with that's a deliberate thing. Oh, here we go. And now we got rockfall here. I'm going with that's deliberate. Yeah, we have a rockfall there on the rail line as well. So, and oh, custom bridges, be custom bridges. See, before Teddy Radko came along, if you wanted the bridge to look like this, you had to use a custom asset. And now we just have Majesty. Majesty with vanilla. What can we do with vanilla? That breaks the game. Oh, well, ask Teddy Radko. Anyway, so we're following the highway, switch back over the river and around in a loop. And we've got going into the green areas now. So yeah, we're out of the snow and into the green, and we'll head as fast as we can, actually. I get the feeling that there's not really much in the way of buildable space out here, and not really much in the way of technical detailing. I mean, nice tree work and all of that, but nothing that makes you go, oh, we've just got to stop here. Oh, we've got to stop here as well. Like we'll have to stop at this. That's a potential start. right there. Little buildable area going up into... let's have a look at this. Where's that river coming down from? That's coming down from off the edge of the map over there. Anyway, so you got potentiable. Yeah, I'll go in with that. Potential start location there. Oh, we have a vehicle. This is one of those vehicles that's realised you can escape from the map in this direction. Oh, man alive. And then and now we're heading off into the meat of the map, which is, I think, what sells this map. I think what we have with this map is a very large, very likeable building location with a very strong, bold, snowy backdrop, which we'll check out from across the lake. So you're going to get some really nice visuals from your screenshots of your city with mountains in the background. You've got lots of buildable space, but you also have that snowy valley where you can do something a bit different, just because sometimes what you want to do is something a bit different. It's not always about a big grid city or twee little small mountain towns that all connect up with different interchanges and stuff like that. We're heading off this way. There we go. We're heading off now towards the start square. So yeah, down to the faux start square. The start square that I thought was going to be the start square, but it's not the start square at all. We do have the intersection in place for it. If anything, this is actually a weaker start square than... I'm sure this was where Wellington had the original start square. I'm saying I'm sure. I've not checked. I could re-watch the review. I'm not going to. Bees. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice thing. Look, the bees will pollinate all the... Oh, Wellington. Oh, Wellington. That blew me away. So yes, some pre-built fields there, if you like that kind of style of build. But yes, if you were to have this as a start square, your second tile kind of has to be over here. You have no choice. We do have a few nice little cleared roads and paths up there, but it's not flat. It's not flat. Whereas the start square that Wellington has decided to go with, which I applaud, is over here. Says BonBonB. Somewhere over here. Let's just... There we go. So we have this highway access point over here. And then what you have for a start square will suit somebody who wants to do a big grid city. That's the thing. With second tiles becoming more challenging. I mean, you can do a second tile off that way to continue your city. But after you've done those two tiles in terms of big downtown, you're looking at like your suburbs and stuff. I think that's very, very nice. I think that's very, very nice. You've got this area over here, which will require maybe 3 tiles. One here, and then one up there to make that work. But yeah, I think in terms of start locations, this is a way better start location than where I believed was originally the start location. Have another little highway. Very interesting interchange there as well. Very interesting. Linking directly to the road there. Linking down here. The only vehicles on this highway at this point are vehicles staying on the highway, which is pretty neat. And then we have highways that head off towards the edge of the map, and then you get all the, well, a couple of trees under the highway, just a couple. That heads off to the edge of the map there, and then switching back into the map over this way. It's got a great shape to it, this map. I'm actually going to ignore everything there. I'm going to go straight to the canal systems. We've got like little tributaries, if you can call this a tributary, and we're going to go upstream, although this is water coming down from the main canal. Okay, I see. So it's really not a tributary. It's water pouring through and out. It's like a sewage vent, isn't it? Look at those mountains in the background. Would you want to build on a map with mountains dramatic like that? The map only? Well, you can. I have just a little break off here. You can imagine that was originally a lake with river feeding down here. And then what we have with these wide canals is the ability to put some proper big shipping routes running right the way up into the meat of the map and connect everything up with the outside world. Little shout out for the way that these cuttings have been done. Totally love that. That will stop rockfalls. We did have a rockfall on the map, didn't we? And Wellington show, well, nature, if you were to have done this, it wouldn't have happened. Now we have a big old bridge along here as well. Again, working with the map, with the straight lines of the map, to make sure that we have sharp edges along all of those cuttings there. And then into the big lake in the middle of the map there, which is glorious. We then can feed this up, follow it up into the mountains even further with actually a very nice looking waterfall. Waterfalls, as you know, are very hard to do in the game without any tricks, any of the animated waterfall props, that kind of thing. They are very, very difficult to do in game. And that looks pretty clean. There's a little bit of water glitching there. Looks like we've got a little bit of water glitching going on here. Again, I can just ignore that personally. Not something that worries me. But yeah, using vanilla rocks can cause that to happen. And then as we head right the way up, we get to the dam. And maybe this... Well, the law says about the flooding of a village. Maybe the flooding of the village was actually the one that happened up here with the deliberate flooding via the dam. That would fit with the law better. So that makes this, oh, they've got their trunks on joke, obsolete. Obsolete. Yeah, just like BonBonB. I'm fast becoming obsolete. But yes, and then out here into the meat of the map, with a huge swath of buildable space. Then, as you get down to the southern parts of the map, it becomes harder. We have like the hilly ridge along here. But then, there is more flatland over in this patch. With more of the fields again, which match up with the fields up this way. So all your fertile area is kind of tied in together. We've even got a quarry, which again works with the straight lines of the map. And like I say, it's working with the limitations of the game to get the best results. And Wellington has done exactly that. Remember, this is a very early map. A very, very early map for them. And boy, using some techniques there, which you might argue are, oh, well, they're basic techniques. They're obvious. They're only obvious if they're obvious. All right? You know when you were building your first map and you'd not actually played about with the map editor before and you just found that some things were really hard to do? Yep. Wellington has circumnavigated all of that and has produced something. Again, yes, the map does look and feel a little bit dated. It does look and feel a little bit dated. Still a strong map, though. It's still a strong map and still stands on its own. 88% approval rating. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. I can only long for a map with an 88% approval rating. There you go, Wyvernmont, a fantasy map based somewhere in the continent, somewhere in the world, by Wellington 6012. The 71st best map of all time, according to you. And we'll have another 5 maps edging closer to the top 0.1%. We're still in the top 0.2%, the top 0.1% of all maps on the workshop. We'll be there in a couple of weeks. Hang around. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Do remember to check out this channel tomorrow. You really should be subscribed now. Brand new show coming tomorrow. News, discussion, and speculation on all things Cities Skylines 1 and 2. Me and a special guest every week. It's Cities Skylines 2 o'clock. Make sure you're there. Anyway, I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. Thanks very much to all the BonBon buddies on Patreon and YouTube membership. You guys really are the best. I've been BonBonB, and you've been very, very welcome. Did I say that? I think I've already said that. I'm gone. Have a great weekend. See you very, very soon. Thanks for watching.